Alberta's NDP have just struck a deal with some of Alberta's large coal-fired electricity producers to take their plants offline early by 2030. And it's going to cost Albertans $1.36 billion. Now, the NDP are saying they're doing this to protect taxpayers and that the money will come from the current carbon levy that large emitters already pay into. But where do they really think that $1.36 billion is coming from? Where do they think all government money comes from? It's extracted in one form or another from us, the taxpayer. The carbon levy isn't a cost that large companies just eat. They pass it along to the consumers, to us. We're paying for this one way or another. But since the NDP won't be honest with you, let me tell you exactly what the NDP's plan to take cheap, reliable coal-fired electricity offline will cost you. There are 4.25 million people here in Alberta. That payment of $1.36 billion means the NDP has put every man, woman, and child in the province on the hook to the power companies to the tune of $320. My family of 5 will pay $1,600 to pay these companies to quit producing cheap, affordable electricity for us. The NDP will never explain their plans for us in terms of real dollars out of your pocket. And that's just the initial cost for the privilege of paying for higher prices for greener forms of electricity like wind and solar. We will still have to pay for all the cancelled power purchase agreements that were prompted by the NDP's carbon tax. And then there's all the costs incurred by the legal wrangling related to that easily foreseeable NDP fiasco. And then there are the job losses, the 10,000 coal miners and power plant employees, as well as the businesses that will move out of Alberta or never consider moving to Alberta in the first place because they can't or won't afford the power bills here. Every day we hear horror stories out of Ontario because they pursued green energy at all costs. Every day it's another sad story of power bills tripling, of people choosing electricity or food, of middle-class families suddenly being plunged into energy poverty. But imagine if we had left that $1.36 billion with the heavy emitters rather than taking it as a tax that they ultimately passed on to the consumers and then completing the circle by paying it back to them to quit working. Imagine the innovations in clean coal technology that could have been made in Alberta for $1.36 billion and then exported across the world where coal demand is still growing every single day. But the fact that the NDP won't do this is just proof positive. It's not about reducing emissions or innovation or saving taxpayer money. It's about ideology and using the fear of CO2 emissions to centrally plan our economy. Green is the new red. For the Rebel.media, I'm Sheila Gunn Reid. To learn more about the screw-ups, the extremists, and the ideologues in Rachel Notley's government, download my book, The Destroyers, Rachel Notley and the NDP's War on Alberta, at thedestroyers.ca.